Bonjour YouTube, it's Lux La Femme. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment on my videos. And please, mesdames and messieurs, please don't forget to click the notification bell. I hope that you are Sava. I am struggling with Sava today. Anyone that knows me knows that when people ask me how I'm doing, I usually say I'm fabulous. Because I'm doing something fabulous. I'm fabulously discombobulated because I'm very busy, or fabulously fabulous because I'm fabulous. But today I'm fabulously struggling, fabulously triggered. I was going through my brokerage account because I believe a woman should have 5 different ways of making money, 5 different revenue streams, passive income, and I only have one. So there was a time where I had stocks and sold them all while I was with the Narcissist to make ends meet. So I bought some shares of Roku when it first went, when they first presented their IPO. I bought the shares at $27.09, and I bought that dated 11/9/2017. Well, in 2019? Yeah, just last year. So last year I had the stock, and I ended up selling it to offset, to pay bills, to basically to take care of the household, because I was between contracts. I went from being a consultant to a full-time employee, and in between that I had to make ends meet. Now, all the while I'm selling my shares of Roku and some other things that I owned to make ends meet for the household. You can imagine what the narcissist was doing. Absolutely nothing, and complaining the whole entire time. Didn't do anything. Did not lift a finger. Did not go bust cut some grass, wash a dish. He didn't go do anything. And of course, his skill set, really, the most he could do was wash dishes, cut grass. He didn't even know enough about cars. You could wash cars, but he couldn't fix any. His skill set was really based on lies and manipulation, dominance and control. That's what his skill set was. He didn't even know anything about computers. I kid you not. So anyway, I'm sharing this to say, if I'd have left that stock alone, right now that stock would be worth $278.06. I had 5 shares. It went up, but from the time I added the stock to my watch list to a couple of days ago when I created this, the screenshot you see, it went up by 926.40%. So today, mesdames and messieurs, we're going to talk about the financial ramifications of being with a narcissist. And there is a thing called financial abuse. And narcissists are very astute at creating an environment where there is financial abuse. So the article comes from medium.com, and the group or the person who wrote it is called Rational Humorist. It was posted June 12th, 2019, and the byline reads, Financial Abuse and the Narcissist. Now, I'm going to warn you, I'm not going to read the whole article. I'm only going to read probably just the first 5 sentences. Not 5 sentences, but the first 5 paragraphs. But to me, they're very powerful paragraphs. So let me get back to the article. Narcissists are scum. This may not be the best way to start an article, as it may seem like there is hatred or anger, but to be candid and truthful, narcs are scum. They only think about how they can control, how they can manipulate, how they can sabotage, how they can hurt, and how they can get people to grovel to them, and of course how they use people. how they can. Their whole lives are hell-bent on getting everyone in their proximity to kneel down before them. Narcs aren't just scum, they are parasites. There are many ways to which narcs control, but perhaps one of the most frustrating methods that narcs use to control their partners and subordinates is through financial abuse. What is financial abuse? Financial abuse, as womenhealth.gov best puts it, is financial abuse happens when an abuser takes control of finances to prevent the other person from leaving and to maintain power in a relationship. An abuser may take control of all the money, withhold it, and conceal financial information from the victim. Financial abuse happens often in physically abusive relationships. Financial abuse can also happen in elder abuse, when a relative, friend, or caregiver steals money from an older person. Now, I found it very interesting, this next part of the article. And as I shared, I'm going to be skipping around, but this part of the article is interesting. Narcs use financial abuse to keep people with them. So narcs withhold money or adequate amounts of money from their partners because they don't want their partner to leave them. Narcs at their core are people who are very insecure, hence their need to control. They have a fear that if they cannot control someone, then that person will leave them. Now, don't you think it's interesting? I picked that part because I find it so interesting that people I agree with it. It's a true statement in my opinion that they do that because they have a fear that if they can't control someone, that person will leave them. But their bad behavior will make you leave them anyway. So doesn't it it doesn't really justify, in my opinion. It doesn't really justify the behavior. I mean, and I'm saying that actually it's not supposed to justify the behavior. It just makes it, it makes it even that much more lame. That's just my opinion. The other article I found was on Forbes.com. And I'm not going to read the whole thing of Forbes either, but the author is named Maggie Germano. And the byline, it was posted October 17th, 2019. And the byline reads, "Domestic violence has a financial impact too." So I really just wanted to talk about the financial abuse part because I found that to be incredibly interesting as well. Because I have read several stories, several testimonies of women and men that have survived narcissistic abuse. They've had to start over financially. They've had to do a lot to rebuild their credit because of their because of their relationship with the narcissist. So this one part of this is financial abuse and damage to credit. Financial abuse is a lesser discussed tool used in abusive relationships. It's not as well known or understood as other forms of abuse, but it actually is very common. In fact, up to 99% of abusive relationships also involve some kind of financial abuse. According to the IWPR survey, about 3 in 4 respondents, 73%, had abusers take money from them against their will, such as their paychecks, savings, or public benefits. Of course, this sort of abuse not only literally takes money away from a victim, but damaging their credit can prevent them from achieving financial independence in the future. It can take years or longer to undo the damage done through financial abuse. Mesdames and messieurs, that's a true statement. Now, I had to start all over again, in leaving the narcissist, but it wasn't as painful as I thought it was going to be. But I think as far as, and I mean that across the board, emotionally, mentally, physically, and financially. As a matter of fact, after leaving him and being able to put all my resources into me, my credit score has jumped up by 36 points because I was able to take all of my resources and pay off credit card bills. My insurance went down because I moved into a different location. My insurance costs went down. My utility costs went down. My rent went down. So all the money that I've been able to save or that I have available to me now has gone to putting a huge dent in my credit card bills. And being able to do that, like I said, my credit went up, I believe, 36 points. Remember, I left him in July. Today is December 1st. Let me leave you with this. There is power and magic in believing in self. When you do, you tap into an old magic, very powerful magic, and that magic is the magic and power of your creation. The miracle that was performed when you were conceived, brought into this world, and that you are here now, walking, breathing, talking. That's a powerful magic. When you leave that narcissist, you are tapping into a very old and powerful magic. You are choosing you over them. You are stepping into the path of your value and your worth. And madams and messieurs, I don't need to tell you just how glorious that is. I thank you for joining me on my journey, on my path of value and worth. I look forward to joining you on that same journey, on that same path. Thank you for listening. We'll talk again. Au revoir, mon amis.